to do this video on my iPad because the technology that you're using to hide things is pretty evil and wicked, and I'll talk about that in another time. But this video is on my Facebook that somebody sent me. When I try to put this in my editing software, you can't hear the sound. I've tried it twice. There's some kind of technology and the file is made in a way that they don't want you to be able to share this with what he's saying. So
be able to do, and I don't want to look my kids in the eye and say I did nothing. So I have some evidence of voter fraud in the state of Michigan, and I'm sure if it's there, it's in other places. This example will be Detroit. I would also look into Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, and other places. Because of the China virus, I believe that there are hundreds of thousands of fraudulent mail-in votes because they knew they could use the virus as an excuse why everybody's voting by mail. But I believe a lot of these people are dead or the ballots were fake and were generated, and I want it investigated. Whoever wins free and fair is fine, but I just want to make sure that this thing isn't stolen from American patriots like me who voted and deserve our vote to count and not to be disenfranchised by illegal or dead people's votes. Pray for me. I'm getting ready to show you. All right, here we go. This is the Michigan Secretary of State website, and this is not some conspiracy theory. This is official information on the Michigan Secretary of State website. I'm about to search for a voter. I'm just going to show you one example. It can be investigated from there in other states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. But here we go. William Bradley, March. He was born in 1902, so he'd be 118 years old. Zip code 48207, which is in Detroit. I'm going to search for him. Here we go. Here's his polling location. You can see this person, his mailing address was 2978 West Grand Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan. And over here, if you can get this for me, absentee ballot for this election, November the 3rd. He received his ballot on September 11th. He sent it in on September 19th. The ballot was received and counted on October the 2nd. Remember, this gentleman was born in 1902, so he would have to be 118 years old. But check this out. We can go over here to the Social Security Death Index. Same gentleman. It's not a different gentleman. William Bradley, born 1902, Detroit, Michigan. Here we go. Search him. Boom. He was born in 1902 and he died in 1984. This is him. It's from, you can see over there was the official Michigan Secretary of State website. This is the same William Bradley. It can be verified through the Secretary of State and through Social Security Death Index. It's not a conspiracy, and I'm sure if there's him, there's hundreds of thousands in Detroit, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. All I'm asking is that if you see this video, share it with whoever you want to, email it, text it, get it into the right people's hands. I'm going to be submitting it to the Department of Justice, FBI, White House, Secretary of State's news outlets. Once again, my name's Timothy Smith. I'll have my email and a phone number when I send it out, and you contact me. I'll answer any questions, and I'll point you in other directions. This is just one example. Thank you. I love you. God bless America.
Videos that people are sending me, they're going through Facebook, but Facebook doesn't let me share them or send you the link. So I'm just going to play them from here from my iPad so that you can see. These are actual videos.
My name is Brian McCaffrey. I'm a registered Democrat in the city of Philadelphia. Today, I'm at the Philadelphia Convention Center, and I am overseeing the ballot counters. I will let you know the corruption that is going on here. They will not allow us within 30 to 100 feet to supervise the ballots being counted. This is a coup against the President of the United States of America, and I want to call out the Mayor of Philadelphia, James Kenney, the Attorney General, Josh Shapiro, who tweeted that there's no way Donald Trump can win President of the United States of America, and also the District Attorney of Philadelphia, Larry Krasner. I can't believe what I'm seeing right before my eyes. This has nothing to do with Joe Biden or Donald Trump. This has to do with our democracy, and I will tell you, there is corruption at the highest level in the city of Philadelphia.
The Texas political director for the Joe Biden campaign, Dallas Jones, according to numerous sources inside law enforcement and according to numerous sources across the great state of Texas, and social media posts that are spreading, social media videos that are spreading, and also surveillance footage and surveillance capabilities that I've seen shows that it appears that Dallas Jones was forcibly interrogated by the FBI today. and was in fact in FBI custody undergoing interrogation. Now, I am awaiting word from the FBI and also from Mr. Jones himself. This scandal hinges on voter fraud, a massive voter fraud ring that's being run in the city of Houston and in Harris County. This is something that some very good people and I have been working on for quite some time and that I have been reporting on. There are now a number of sworn pieces of testimony and sworn affidavits, including to the Texas Supreme Court, alleging and in fact catching this voter fraud operation. A sworn affidavit provided to the district attorney just hours ago shows that the precinct workers were using stacks of driver's licenses, phony driver's licenses, and matching them up with people who are doing drive-through voting. So now we have a little bit more context about all of those phony driver's licenses that are being pumped into this country through airports, including by the Chinese Communist Party. And so as we have photographic evidence of that, which I published, and also sworn testimony. Now we also have several affidavits filed to the Texas Supreme Court linking the Joe Biden campaign directly to this activity in the 2020 presidential election. Private investigator, retired Houston police officer Mark Aguirre said the following: "I am a retired captain with the Houston Police Department. I am now a private investigator," and this is under oath, by the way. "I'm currently involved in an investigation related to a wide-ranging and fraudulent ballot harvesting scheme in Harris County intended to rig the elections in the Houston/Harris County area. This scheme involves voter fraud on a massive scale. Based on interviews, review of documents, and other information," and I have seen these documents, by the way, and the other information, "I have identified the individuals in charge of the ballot harvesting scheme. These individuals include political consultant Dallas Jones, who was recently hired by the Joe Biden for President campaign to oversee their Harris County initiative; District 13 Texas State Senator Boris Miles, who is the handler of Mr. Jones; political consultant Gerald Womack; and Precinct 1 Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis. One of the companies these individuals are using as a front for this operation is AB Canvassing, although there are others that have identified that we are investigating. I have in my possession videotaped interviews of witnesses attesting to the aforementioned people having groups of people completing thousands of absentee and mail-in ballots, including completing ballots for deceased individuals, illegally going into nursing homes with the complicity of the nursing home staff, and filling out and forging the signatures of nursing home residents, signing up homeless individuals to vote using the ballot harvester's address, then completing the ballot and forging the homeless individual's signature. This entire operation is being run by the elite politicians of the Democrat Party in Houston, Harris County." And that is just one of the affidavits in this case. Now, we already have published photographic evidence showing that these stacks of driver's licenses were being used for drive-through voting. This is the big thing that they're doing in Houston. Drive-through voting. You can vote like it's Taco Bell because of the coronavirus scamdemic. Well, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to show an ID when they drive through, and then the precinct worker is supposed to match their ID up to the voter rolls. But what's happening is they're driving through without an ID. The precinct workers are taking the ID, fraudulently linking it up with the people who are doing the drive-through voting and giving them a fake identity in order to vote. Okay? So now we have much greater perspective about why so many driver's licenses are being fraudulently shipped into this country, including by the Chinese. Now, Harris County is one of the biggest counties in the United States of America. Houston is where they think they're going to be able to flip this election. This voter fraud operation has been busted, including on tape with Democrats in the past going into nursing homes, getting the nursing home residents to simply sign off on the selected candidate that the Democrats want them to vote for. And in fact, we even have a nursing home resident who was denied food until he or she agreed to vote for the candidate that the nursing home operator was forcing this old person to vote for, denying them food. Ken Paxton, the Attorney General in the state of Texas, has unveiled a number of felony charges against members of this voter fraud ring in the state of Texas. And right now, as the reports surge, and there's still no denial from Mr. Jones regarding what happened today with the FBI, allegedly, And so, this is accelerating, and it's accelerating quickly. So, we have all the evidence. This has been massively confirmed in the mainstream media. My original report on Dallas Jones was massively confirmed in the mainstream media, shared by Don Jr., shared widely all over social media. This is just the eye of the storm right now. So as more of these things come to light in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, we're going to be seeing this investigation accelerating. Now, I don't know at this time if the Federal Bureau of Investigation's role is to help us, or if the Federal Bureau of Investigation's role is to obscure what we're doing and to try to find some way for Dallas Jones to get off the hook. Okay, and it all depends on which agents in the FBI are involved in this, but the FBI has been looking into this for a long time. We know that people have been approached by the FBI, that the FBI has been knocking down doors regarding this. This is happening in the 2020 presidential election. It is now directly linked to the Joe Biden for President campaign.
So I just want you to know, I'm sitting here relaxed. I keep getting notifications on my phone about that Biden won and this and that. I'm not struggling. I'm not scared. I'm pretty peaceful and relaxed. There's a system, there's a law, there's an investigation pending. Has been no certification. I've been on Twitter this morning. These demonic mongrels, they're coming in. They're so restless right now. They're afraid they're going to lose. They have to try to do everything that they can to ruffle our feathers. But you know what? You don't have to ruffle my feathers. I don't need ruffling of the feathers. I got the peace of God. I know that truth will prevail. And I know that God wins in the end. And the truth is going to come out. And the best part about all of this is in the end, the corruption is going to fall. And we are going to see people get arrested for what they're doing. So keep that in mind tonight, guys, that all of this is coming out. They're all shooting each other in the foot now because they're all calling each other out. All of these swamp creatures are out there who did this stuff, and they realize they're going to get caught. There's people who are blaming them now. They're blaming each other. They're all fighting over this nonsense. Watch and enjoy this. This is going to be good, my friends. They're all going to come tumbling down in the end. So have peace. Don't listen to the news. Don't even allow that stuff into your brain or your mind. You have to be strong in the faith of God, that God has called President Trump for such a time as this. He was put here for this, to fight this corruption that goes way back even before Kennedy. So my friends, be at peace today. Go to sleep and have peace, knowing that we prevail in the end. And the brood of vipers, we can all laugh at them at the end. And that day is coming, my friends. Oh, that day is coming.